Hello and welcome to this episode of Let's Talk Tech. This month I'm going to talk about digital literacy using Passkeys and review two products from this year's CES show, Consumer Electronics, the BirdFi hummingbird feeder and the Echo Flask, which creates hydrogen water. So Cheryl is asking the question of the month.
Okay, Debbie, here's the question of the day. What is a passkey, and why would I use that instead of a password?
Well, Cheryl, as always, you have great questions of the month. So let's talk about passkeys. First of all, let's be honest. Passwords can be a real pain. They're hard to remember, easy to forget, and if they fall into the wrong hands, they can put your personal information at risk. But here's some good news. There's now a much easier way and a safer way to sign in using something called passkeys. Well, what are passkeys? Well, instead of typing in a long, complicated password, passkeys let you use something you have already: your fingerprint, a face scan, or a simple PIN on your device. No more struggling to remember passwords or writing them on sticky notes. Why should you switch? Well, first of all, no more forgotten passwords. Your device remembers the passkeys for you. Gives you stronger security for sure. They can't be guessed, stolen in scams, or leaked in a data breach. They're super easy to use. Just unlock your phone, your tablet, your computer, and you're in. No typing required. But how do they work? Well, when you create a passkey, your device securely generates two parts: a private key, which stays safely on your device and is never shared, and a public key. This is sent to the website or app you're signing into. When you log in, the website checks with your device to make sure it's really you. So it's your fingerprint, that face scan, or the PIN to confirm your identity. And just like that, you're signed in securely. What I really like about that is that even when I go into my other accounts where I have passwords stored, my computer knows that it's going to ask me for the PIN, my private PIN, before it lets me add in the saved password and login, which is an even nicer level and easier way of support than you have normally. So where can you use these passkeys? Well, as I just mentioned, on my own computer, which is a Windows PC, I use it there, but you can use it on Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Target, and Best Buy. They all support passkeys and more if you're joining them. And then also on your phone, um, you can use your passkeys there, and it'll ask you, like, for example, on an iPhone, it says Face ID. So the Face ID looks at you. It's funny because if I have a hat on, or I don't have my hair done, it doesn't always recognize me, and then it makes me put in my passcode. So always, this is just, even though it's easier in the beginning and it's easier in general, it is an extra layer of support that we didn't have before. So making sure that you switch your most important accounts like your email, your banking, your shopping, that can all, using passkeys, make things a lot easier and safer. Well, you're going to say, Debbie, what happens if you lose your device? Well, the passkeys are backed up in the cloud, like iCloud Keychain or Google Password Manager, and you can easily recover them on a new device. You can also set up a backup method, like using a second device or even a hardware security key. If you feel uncomfortable, I would suggest that you do get that hardware security key. You attach the passcode to it and it plugs into your USB on your device. So, are you ready to make the switch yet? Well, passkeys make online life easier, safer, stress-free. Give them a try and say goodbye to password headaches for good. So, Cheryl, I hope that answered the question of the month.
Thanks, that's great information.
As we get older, sometimes we need a little extra care. We can stay independent and in our own homes with the right care. Care to eat our favorite meal. Care to look our best. Care to stay active. Care to look after our pets. Find personalized in-home care at AmericareBeachCities.com.
What is digital literacy? Digital literacy refers to the ability to use technology effectively, safely, and confidently in today's digital world. For older adults, this means learning how to navigate smartphones, computer, and the internet to stay connected, also to access important files and enhance your daily life. At its core, skills like sending emails, browsing the web, using social media, shopping online, and understanding how to protect personal information from scams and cyber threats. It also involves adapting to new technologies, such as video calls for keeping in touch with your family, online banking for managing your finances, and health apps, and for tracking medical information. Here's a view on the screen of the levels of digital literacy. Take a moment and see where you are. Well, what is level one digital literacy? Well, that's turning on and off a computer and a smartphone or a tablet. So if you're watching me now, you probably can do that. It's also using a touchscreen, a mouse, a keyboard. Again, if you're using a smartphone, you're watching me now, you can likely do those things. Sending and receiving emails, browsing the internet safely, understanding basic online safety, such as recognizing suspicious links. Those are all level one. Level two is what we call intermediate digital literacy. That's using video calls such as Zoom, FaceTime, Google Meet, WhatsApp. It's also creating and managing your social media accounts. So if you have a Facebook or Instagram or any of those tools, that would be part of level two. Additionally, you can include online shopping and banking safely, and installing your own apps or updating your own software, managing your files and cloud storage. Those are all level two. Level three proficient digital literacy is adjusting your device settings for accessibility and security, managing multiple online accounts and your password securely, or if you listen to my passkeys, your passkeys safely. It's also using advanced email features such as filters, attachments, folders to organize. And also, it is understanding data privacy and protecting your personal information using navigation apps such as Google Maps, Apple Maps, Waze, travel booking sites, things like TripIt. And finally, level four digital literacy, which is called the advanced form of digital literacy, is understanding and managing your privacy settings on your devices and your apps. It's also identifying and avoiding phishing scams and cyber threats. Remember, clicking on links that you don't know where they came from, those are phishing scams. Troubleshooting your own technical issues independently without asking for help. And using digital tools for productivity, such as Google Docs, spreadsheets, budgeting apps. Engaging in online learning or content creation, blogging, your website, YouTube. So consider this. Many older adults face challenges with digital literacy due to the rapidly evolving technology around us and the limited exposure that we had maybe during our working years. However, with patience, practice, and the right guidance, you can gain the confidence to embrace these tools. Digital literacy empowers you to maintain independence, stay socially engage and access a wealth of knowledge and services at your fingertips. So whether it's learning how to use your smartphone, setting up a secure password or passkey or passphrase, or recognizing online scams, digital literacy is an essential skill that enhances our quality of life as we age in this increasingly digital world. So, of course, I'm always going to tell you how to educate yourself. And there are several options to do this. One is Get Set Up, which is online. I am a big advocate of Senior Planet from AARP, which offers daily programming and numerous online groups. And I've participated in presenting for them several times, and they provide such quality training and information at no cost. And Cyber Seniors, not to mention any local support that you might have with clubs like the PC Club, the Mac Club, and other organizations in the area that offer this, Saddleback University, or if you're in the Fresno area, Fresno. Just remember, improving your digital literacy is just a click away.
Technology is always moving forward, and sometimes we need to move with it. If you're a resident of Laguna Woods Village still using a ComLine or FEA email address, it might be time to make the switch. Services like Gmail offer more flexibility and convenience. Access your emails anytime, anywhere, whether you're on your phone, laptop, or tablet. Stay connected no matter where life takes you. Make the switch today and keep your inbox at your fingertips.
Next up, my reviews from CES that you're not going to want to miss. So, who doesn't love hummingbirds? I know that I love them, and I find them to be incredibly fascinating. So when I found out about these hummingbird feeders, I was totally like, let me find one and let me use one. And a couple of companies were really nice enough to send me a couple to try. So this month I'm going to talk about one, and next month I'll talk about the other. So this one is from a company called NetView. It's called a BirdFi, and it is what's known as a smart bird feeder. It has a built-in video camera, and I'm going to be showing as I'm speaking right now, have some of the incredible video from this bird feeder. It's just amazing, and it's so cool. And I'll start with the end first. Being able to see these little birds up close and in real time is just amazing, and it provides hours of entertainment. So for those of us who really find enjoyment in bird watching, this is such a great idea. The BirdFi hummingbird feeder has cameras that accurately identify over 150 hummingbird species, capturing their elegance with high resolution photos and videos with unmatched quality and detail. And you can see that right now on the screen. How cute is that little guy? With they have a built-in motion detection system, so you'll never miss a single flutter of their wings. And in fact, the recording even picks up the sound of the flutter in some cases, which is really, really fun. And as you know, I'm here to educate my audience. I'm not here to sell you anything. So honesty to me is the key. When I got the box, it was very nicely packaged. But it was a little challenging to open. My hands work pretty well, but sometimes they're a little stiff. It was harder to open than I really would have wanted. And there are a lot of different items in the box to figure out. So I'm there and I'm pulling out the different packaging, as you can see on the screen. And, um, and that part was a little bit harder than I would have wanted it to be, but I understand that they have to be secure in their packing. So there were a lot of different items, as I mentioned, to figure out. It's very well made, but the instructions were not that great. They had some pictures and some words. What I would have liked was a quick start guide. So just, each piece, what it was, what the name of it was, had maybe an alphabetic system or numbering, but it didn't have those things. Now, ultimately, I figured it out. I read it several times. I looked at it, but it would have been better to have a step-by-step guide because it takes patience to keep reading. But finally, I was able to put the things together, and I downloaded the BirdFi app to my phone, and then I connected it to my household Wi-Fi so that I could watch the camera from my phone. You can also add it to a tablet. And what's nice about either one of those is with your smart TV, you can screencast from your device to your TV and see the birds in much larger view. And I would suggest that you might want to do that. It also does come with an external solar panel that can be attached to an overhang or a branch. It was a bit much for me to tackle, and so I decided I was just going to wait on adding that and just start using the bird feeder. It does come with a USB plug so that you can plug it in and you can charge it up. And the charge does last a long time if you make sure that you have it on the motion detection. If you just keep your camera on all the time, it will drain the battery quite quickly, and you'd want that solar panel to keep the bird feeder going. So you can do all those settings within the app itself for the feeder. I know I can tell you about the 24/7 because I didn't have my settings right and it drained the battery immediately. I do want to say that sometimes the wind will start the camera, but the camera only records for 24 seconds. So if it does have motion, it'll record and it'll shut off, just like it does with the birds. So keep that also in mind. On the screen, again, here's some more bird video. The app itself has a ton of functionality, and you want to make sure that you have time to spend looking at all the different settings, looking at their website, looking at all the different things that they offer, because you can actually stream your bird feeder into their website, which is pretty cool. A lot of people do that, which is fun. And again, there's the online community there that has these videos. If you do love birds like I do, it provides a lot of entertainment for me. And I can sit there and watch them. If I'm at my desk, I can pick up my phone and I can look at the app and see what happened, and it'll tell me what type of bird it was. It's kind of funny because they have one, it's called Anna's hummingbird. And I was like, well, who called it Anna? But that's just somebody how it had been named in their bird species. And then there's another name, and then it said ruby-throated hummingbird. And it was funny because it actually was the sun hitting the red part of the hummingbird feeder and reflecting off of the bird's neck. So that was pretty cool. They do range from about $120 to $220 depending on what options you get. They also have a seed bird feeder, so you can get all types of birds. There is going to be a discount code shared at the end, but it's only going to be good till the end of the month in April. But they have a lot of different sales on their websites. Personally, I think $120 investment for something that brings hours of enjoyment is a reasonable cost. And earlier I mentioned that I'm going to be reviewing a different bird feeder that works on the same premise from a different company in my May episode.
Stay alert. These words save lives. Enroll in the Village's Code Red alert system for emergency alerts via phone, text, or email. Just visit the Village website and click Sign Up Today on the bottom right corner of any page. You can also enroll in Alert OC, the Orange County Mass Notification System for county-wide notifications. For fire updates, check the OCFA website or follow them on social media. Stay informed, stay alert, stay safe.
So now let's talk about the Echo Flask. Echo Water is a leading hydrogen therapy company dedicated to making the health benefits of hydrogen water and gas accessible to everyone, and they provided a bottle for me to try at no cost. As you know, I'm not here to sell anything, but to educate my audience. So the bottle is a bit pricey, but they do offer discounts periodically, and even right now they have a chance to win one. So, is hydrogen water health or hype? Proponents of hydrogen water tout a lot of physical benefits. Hydrogen water is just regular water infused with additional hydrogen molecules. So while it may seem simple, apparently adding these little tiny atoms of hydrogen support general wellness. But why add hydrogen? Well, studies do show that hydrogen, as the smallest and lightest molecule, can penetrate our cells and might support wellness in ways that regular water doesn't really do. But it's important to hydrate no matter what type of water. Apparently, there's been over 1,400 studies on these benefits, and here are some of the claims. Antioxidant properties. They neutralize and harm those harmful free radicals in our bodies and reduce oxidative stress and prevent cellular damage that leads to aging and disease. Well, on that face alone, of course I'd want to try something. They're supposed to have anti-inflammatory effects, and they reduce your inflammation by targeting cytokines and helps with things like arthritis. Another good point. For any athletes, it's supposed to improve your energy levels and reduce your fatigue. And, if you're a golfer, a pickleball player, tennis player, that might all be good as well. It also is supposed to improve your metabolic function and enhance your metabolic processes, which helps your energy and potentially weight loss. It has what's called neuroprotective effects. That reduces the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So, yes, it is a lot of hype. Whether it's proven or not, it's only just like anything out there. You're going to have to try it. So I've been using the Echo Flask for about a month, and maybe it's doing something on the inside. They recommend drinking it at least 3 times a day, so the upside is that it reminds me to drink. The bottle is 12 ounces and it's easy to use. You can see it in the background. I fill it, I turn it on, and the hydrogen populates. A little blue light comes on and bubbles come up. When you take the cap off, you press a little button and there's a little pressure built up and it makes a little pop sound. It does have a built-in battery that you recharge using a USB cable, which comes with the kit. And the battery life is going to depend on how often you're hydrogenating your water, of course. So for me, doing it 3 times a day, the battery lasts more than a week. And there's a battery thing on it so you can tell when it needs to go. The Eco Flask also tracks your daily hydrogen stats and cycles and the potency and provides you with personal notifications to help you reach your goals. So you can manage this flask. It has an intuitive touchscreen on the side, and it interacts with your health apps on either your Apple or Android phones. So I'm going to put up some information about it if you want to learn more about it. Eco Flask is not the only hydrogen bottle out there. There's a lot of different ones that you can buy. They do range in price from about $50 to about $300. Again, I'm going to keep using it because it does help me to remember to drink my water. So that alone is helping me. So again, thank you so much for tuning in today and watching my show, Let's Talk Tech with Debbie. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. I'm always happy to answer your questions. I do get questions in my email and I promptly answer them, so I do appreciate that. And I want to just take a moment to say that technology is here, all the different things that are out there. I'm just here each month trying to give you a little tidbit and some information about all the fun things out there. So have a great day.